Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Hey, welcome to it. 888-900-3393, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I'll tell you something. The rain in the Dallas-Fort Worth area the last, week, maybe? It's unrelenting and unbelievable.
It sure is.
Every day, we get at least 2 absolute deluges, like biblical kind of rain. It's like rain bombs, rain rivers, or whatever the new thing is.
It's almost like,
Almost.
It's almost like our weather is being manipulated. Almost.
But, it can't be that.
Yeah, it's manipulated.
Not that.
Climate change.
Not a chance. That's what it is. No, seriously, that's
what they'll blame it on.
I wonder if that's why it's almost being manipulated.
Because of climate change?
We just talked about it. They're trying to change it every day.
Well, and the interesting thing is,
and nothing could go wrong with them trying to affect the weather.
This kind of weather
is
climate change. Also the opposite.
Yeah.
Completely dry.
It's going to be drought.
Drought is also climate change. So climate change is responsible for everything that happens.
Thank you.
They have it both ways. It can be either very, very hot, or it can be very, very cold. It can have no snow, or it can snow 5 feet.
You got it.
It's all climate change.
Yep.
It can rain buckets, and you can get more rain in 1 month than you get in normally a year. That's climate change. And if you have a drought for 10 years, that's also climate change.
Listen, I pulled into the parking lot here this morning.
Oh, no.
And I thought about transitioning. I thought I was going to have to transition into a female because I was not getting out of my car.
I think you did transition to a female.
Yeah, you were out there for how many minutes?
I was out there for an hour.
Water.
But it didn't stop.
Get wet.
I mean, usually it lets up a little.
You get into the building and then you dry off.
You dry off.
Okay.
Is that the way that works?
Yes, that's how that works.
We honestly thought you were going to have to Skype in for the show today.
If it hadn't let up a little, I may have.
It was so
crazy.
Honestly, I've sat in this building for 12 years now and never experienced rainfall that hard, that constant.
It may have been that when we've been inside the building or at my house.
I don't know,
that for an hour was
a deluge.
Unbelievable.
I know. So it's been like that at my house several times.
And I'll guarantee that the lake up the road is that they spent millions of dollars it wouldn't flood.
How many times have they done the park that's down the road from us?
At least 3 or 4 times.
And they've spent tens of millions. I think it's $21 million.
They built a park in a floodplain. 1/10 of a mile from here.
And I think at first it was for that reason. Right?
Didn't
they want a place where they could put the excess water, and that was there. Then they fixed it to where we don't want to do that anymore. So we're going to fix it. We're going to make it so that it doesn't flood anymore.
This road's going to be closed.
It floods every time. Oh my gosh!
It's never been closed that I've seen. Today's the day.
Our bayous are almost full. Have you noticed that?
This road?
The riverside out there.
The road. Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't
because
surprise
the park's
me.
closed all the
Would
time.
you believe that my commute this morning began in a bone-dry part of the city? And it still doesn't have a drop of rain there.
Really?
Meanwhile, over here,
oh my gosh,
it is unprecedented.
Wow.
I walked out this morning.
And you're 40 minutes from
less than that. And it's just not a drop.
Wow.
And I start driving. A drop. By the time I get here, it's Jeffy's experience.
Less than that. It's like 39 minutes. It's less than 40.
Depends on if I've gotten a speeding ticket recently or not, and if I'm staying closer to the speed limit. That's how it wavers a little bit.
If you take the speed bump road, it's more than 40.
Do not get me started about the speed bump road on this show.
There's a speed bump that they put in this area. It's right over there. As you're trying to connect with the freeway. And it is like Mount Everest of speed bumps.
I'm telling you.
It's like you got to slow down to 0 just to try to climb that thing.
I had forgotten about the ones close to Keith's house when I dropped off his keys
you'll bottom
last week.
out.
I went down the instead of going another way, I went down the speed bump road. And the first one,
Oh, no, dude, I'm sorry.
And I was like, oh, crap, that's right.
Because you were being nice and bringing my keys.
I wanted to go that way because I hadn't been that way in a long time. And
You're glad you
cow.
haven't? Yeah, it sucks now.
Saw a lot of stuff.
I've seen people get rear-ended there because they didn't expect, oh, crap, there's a speed bump, and they slam on their brakes, and the guy slams in the back. Oh, gosh.
No, I just took the ride. I went with the ride.
But, I mean, the ridiculous speed bumps they're doing here lately. It's lunacy.
Yeah, it is.
Stop it. Come on now. You're ruining cars this way.
Yes, you are. And boy, there are battle wounds on these 3 speed bumps in my town.
I bet people are pissed. I would be. If I was doing that every day, it bugs me just getting out of here.
There was actually a meeting about that recently, and the mayor took some heat. For sure.
Good.
Yeah. Good. In a town,
sounds like he deserves it.
In a town where 4% of the people voted in the primary, and then 2% of the people voted in the runoff.
Oh no!
But yeah, we'll show up to bitch about the speed bumps, but I don't care who's representing me in D.C. or how high my property taxes are going to be.
That's our problem as Americans. We get too fat and lazy, and then something affects us, and we go and complain about it, but then we don't mean it enough to go vote about it. I'm not going to go vote somebody else into office.
I'm busy that night.
Yeah. So we got to get over that this November. There is a critical issue, and here's the amazing thing right now with the Joe Biden affair. People are starting to notice. People on the left are starting to notice and starting to talk about it. I've got an article here from Time magazine where they spent some time at Time with the president, and it's not a glowing, we love him, he's perfectly fine, and he's sharp as a tack kind of stuff.
He's their boy.
I know. And then the Wall Street Journal, which editorially, the Wall Street Journal is a little more conservative than others, like the Post and the New York Times. But their main articles usually aren't. Their main articles are like everybody else. Well, they've got an article called Behind Closed Doors. I think it came out just this morning. Biden shows signs of slipping.
Oh, wow.
You think? In front of the closed doors, he's also showing signs of slipping. And he has been. We've been trying to tell you this for 4 stinking years.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Welcome. To the world.
Well, it was reported the other day at that fundraiser that he was at when he was bad-mouthing the convicted felon, Donald Trump, that I wouldn't want him to be president whether I'm president or not, or whether I was running for president or not. He threw a line out there like made everyone
he shouldn't
think
ever be president, is what he's saying. But they're trying to say, I may not be when it comes that time. Yeah. I don't know. That would be nice.
I don't know that I buy that.
I'd love to see him get out of it.
I buy that from him.
No, I don't.
So how many articles did you just reference over there?
2, at least.
Okay, so I've got a completely different one here from the New York Post. I mean, the headline is Biden showing signs of decline as polls aides detail 81-year-old slipping cognitive fitness.
Now, you would expect that in the Post.
Yeah. Right. That's why I thought, okay, but then you had, what was it?
This is Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
And Time Magazine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Listen to this from Wall Street Journal. When President Biden met with congressional leaders in the West Wing in January to negotiate a Ukraine funding deal, he spoke so softly at times that some participants struggled to hear him. No big deal, but it's because you talk like this. And it can be a problem in meetings and things. According to 5 people familiar with the meeting. So it wasn't just some butthhook who doesn't like him that said, I couldn't even hear the guy. 5 people. He read from notes to make obvious points. He always does.
Which we talked about.
Paused for extended periods and sometimes closed his eyes for so long that some in the room wondered whether he had checked out.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
In a February one-on-one chat.
And who's going to reach out to him and,
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody's going to reach out.
Nobody's going to feel his pulse.
Is he dead? Is he alive?
Did you just die? In a February one-on-one chat in the Oval Office with House Speaker Mike Johnson, the president said a recent policy change by his administration that jeopardizes some big energy projects was just a study. No, this was a policy change. He called it a study. It's his policy.
Of course.
No.
According to 6 people who said at the time, Johnson worried the president's memory had slipped about the details of his own policy. Yeah, you're putting it very mildly.
No kidding.
It's quite obvious that was the case.
With all this coming out now, that's pretty...
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's interesting. Yeah. And this is a good time for it to come out. I mean, you might even wait a while because this has to be in people's minds when they go to the polls. Yeah. Last year, when Biden was negotiating with House Republicans to lift the debt ceiling, his demeanor and command of the details seemed to shift from one day to the next, according to then House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and two others familiar with the talks. On some days, he had loose and spontaneous exchanges with Republicans, and others he mumbled and appeared to rely on notes and didn't know what was going on. I mean, it's incredible how, and we've made this observation before. There are days when the medication kicks in, and it's doing a better job with him, or it's earlier in the day, or I'm not sure what all of the parameters are of him having a good day, but he's capable of some...
The parameters do change, though, for him.
There's
no question.
They do. Sometimes he's much worse than others.
Which is, I'm sure that they pointed out in some of their articles why, the president would, put a lid on his day at 10 a.m.
Earlier than that sometimes.
Earlier.
Yeah. In fact, those three stories that you just mentioned, Pat, are also detailed in this New York Post story. Really, the only thing I can add is that Mike Johnson thing, they said that the exchange left Johnson dismayed. Welcome to the club.
Right.
And then the Ukraine one, someone was quoted as saying that was in the meeting, quote, "You couldn't be there and not feel uncomfortable." And that's our nation.
I'm telling you.
I mean, how many times have we actually witnessed that?
Yeah,
and
over and over
aired
and over
it on this show.
And that's behind closed doors.
Right.
We see him in front of the camera all the time, and he's terrible. He's terrible.
And not behind closed doors.
In front of them. Then this Time article talks about some of his policies too. They say Joe Biden makes his way through the West Wing telling stories. Yeah, I bet he does.
Oh, my God.
In the cabinet room,
agonizing.
with sun pouring through French doors from the Rose Garden outside, get this, he remembers the first time he sat around the long mahogany table. It's high-backed leather chairs ordered by seniority. It was more than 50 years ago, Biden says, and Richard Nixon told... I mean, this is sad. That 50 years ago, he's got stories of being there. That tells you there's a problem here.
No kidding.
Right? It tells you, this is a problem. Yeah. Walking slowly through the halls, the president unspools anecdotes about heads of state. Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, Emmanuel Macron. What do you want to bet? It's the Tibetan Plateau story.
It's absolutely
I bet you $1 million. And it's the Tibetan Plateau story.
It's also Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah,
he probably screws it up, too.
Probably.
And he's looking out the window at the flower garden. Mr. President, are you okay? Just remember him, Bo.
Then we got this part of the Time magazine story. American presidents must earn a mandate from their fellow citizens, and it's far from clear that Biden can. In surveys, large majorities say he's too old to lead. As he walked Time through the West Wing and sat for a 35-minute interview on May 28th, the president, with his stiff gait, muffled voice, and fitful syntax, cut a strike. This is Time magazine. Cut a contrast with the intense, loquacious figure who served as senator and vice president. So they're comparing Biden to Biden, which is great. Because when we play old clips of him,
we see it.
The difference is staggering.
Dramatic.
It's amazing. Asked whether he could handle its rigors through the end of the second term when he'll be 86, he shot back, "I can do it better than anybody you know."
Oh, my gosh.
But they don't. Obviously, when you read the article, they do not buy it. So even Time magazine starting to have their doubts. Welcome to the party, Time.
It's a great recap of him walking them into the
I love
interview.
I love it.
Is this the article that Harry Sisson, absolutely loves the cover of?
Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is. That's the one that he had the Sisson quote. Yeah.
So put the tweet up, please.
Look at that.
It shows Harry Sisson, the paid Democrat shill.
If he wins.
Yeah, what does he say there?
Wow, I'm blown away by this cover photo of President Biden for Time magazine. He's standing firmly behind the resolution. No, he's holding on for dear life because if he doesn't, he falls flat on his face. He's holding firmly to the Resolute desk, ready to put it all on the line to fight for Americans. This is a man who's dedicated to the country 4 more years.
Wow.
Buffoon.
Look how serious he looks. Boy,
doesn't he though?
He's ready to.
If he wins, I mean that's not a necessarily positive headline either. If he wins, well, what about? Yeah, and then you go to the article.
Getting so close to his face.
And if he wins, it could be really bad for America.
For everyone involved.
Now, they've got, there's some contrasting points of view, and they talk to Democrats who don't think he's as bad as others who spend time with him. But for Time Magazine to even point it out.
That's interesting.
We've made a lot of progress.
Are they trying to be relevant again? I mean, because nobody. I mean, they have Trump on another one too, right? They have two covers, one with Biden, one with Trump.
Oh,
so there is
I believe there's a Trump interview as well.
Okay,
and it's Time Magazine. I mean, who knew they existed?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I know that they still
magazines are just not relevant anymore.
I see what you're saying, Jeffy. You mentioned this earlier, didn't you? About the horns, the way they've got.
Chris did.
Oh, Chris did.
Yeah, Chris mentioned the horns.
Oh, okay. The way they positioned his head, so the M winds up in two peaks behind his head.
Interesting how they did that.
That is interesting. Yeah.
That's the second time they do that to him.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's a subliminal thing.
It's the same thing.
Yep. Let's make Trump look like the devil.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what that is.
Because you could have done it with Biden too, zoom in a little bit closer, but
they didn't. You notice?
I'm sorry.
They did not.
They did not.
You're trying to send a message.
The peaks of the M are nowhere near the top of Biden's head. Look at that.
He has a gap.
Yeah.
You could give him the same gap to Trump.
Unreal.
It's stupid.
It's a little different than Rolling Stone airbrushing the crotch of Al Gore on the eve of the 2000 election, if you recall that. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Oh, it's so bad.
I do remember that. Oh, man. Oof. All right. If you like the show, you're going to love the merchandise we have for the show. Go to shopblazemedia.com today, and you can check out everything from the Burr I'm Cold sweaters and T-shirts to our Pat Gray hats and beanies, the throwback Glenn and Pat T-shirt from many moons ago now, and the Trump mugshot T-shirt, all of that available. Plus, everybody else's stuff, everybody else's merchandise. Stu's, Glenn's, Steve Dace, chewing the fat. Yes, chewing the fat.
The mug. That's a nice mug.
The mug.
A little bit nicer tone, I'll tell you that.
Chewing the fat.
Okay, thank you.
It's all available. Check out my merchandise, everybody else's, at Blaze Media. Shop blazemedia.com. Use the promo code PAT10 and get 10% off your entire order. That's shopblazemedia.com, promo code PAT10 for 10% off. Pat Gray, Unleashed. Welcome. This should have been the cover of Time Magazine. We just showed you the actual cover where he's leaning on the Resolute desk and he looks so determined. He's ready for another 4 years. This should have been the cover. Dork Brandon.
All right. Good job with that, by the way. Rowdy introvert.
Love that. Thank you, Rowdy introvert.
Yeah.
Dork Brandon. Yeah. That's not
Does
very
some good
nice
work for
What do you mean it's not very nice?
That's not very nice. Where's the respect for the office?
Oh, gosh. You never know when you're going to trigger Mr. Jeff Fisher over there. By the way, that's rowdymade.com. Rowdymade.com.
Oh, it's not Rowdy Introvert?
Well, yeah, it is. But his website is that,
see.
if you want to go and check that shirt out over there.
Cool. Yeah. So Biden signed the executive order yesterday because he's so tough on immigration. The man's a border hawk.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, somebody had to do something.
He's closed that border tightly. I mean, it's almost hermetically sealed. Air can't get across the U.S. border. That's how sealed it is. Yeah, it's airtight right now. So, yeah, if you even try to sneak across the border, you're cut to shreds. It's it's kind of sad. It's almost, I almost feel bad for people.
Is Keith the president? That'd be my policy.
Me too. Me too. But now he's, what was it? He said something, and maybe we've got this in the lineup here, but I heard yesterday him saying, I couldn't get Republicans
I think that's clip 2. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
So what was the first clip? I forgot why we have the short one here.
Lost my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, my. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs in my car as I'm driving home. It's mind-numbing. Oh, my gosh. So he discussed the immigration executive order that he signed.
I've come here today to do what the Republicans in Congress refuse to do.
There it is right there.
Take the necessary steps
You've got to be
to
kidding
our
me.
border.
Oh, shit.
This is the guy who, before the sun set on January 20th, 2021, was dismantling all of Trump's executive orders on the border.
Every one of them. This is the man who has overseen the flood of illegals across the border to the tune of about 10 to 12 million since he took office. It hasn't been 4 years yet. It's been like 3.5 years. 10 to 12 million people estimated crossing that border illegally. But he just can't get Republicans to act on this. Try as he may, he can't get them to get serious on immigration. Unbelievable.
And this does not, I mean, you're still going to get 1.8 million illegals. They're still going to be illegal.
Don't bog me down with facts. He's closed the border.
Tight.
He has closed
like I
the
said,
border.
It's hermetically sealed right now. It's like a mayonnaise jar from...
Funkin' Wagnall's
Yes,
porch.
yes. Here's more from Joe yesterday from President Cadaver.
Today, I'm announcing actions to bar migrants who cross our southern border unlawfully from receiving asylum. Migrants will be restricted
They're not
from receiving
migrants.
asylum at our southern border
still get it.
unless they seek it after entering through an established lawful process.
Oh, okay, good.
Those who seek to come to the United States legally, for example, by making an appointment and coming to a port of entry.
Because that's what you do.
Asylum
Yeah,
will
you make
still
an
be
appointment.
available to them. Still available.
Yeah, still available. Okay, good. He wants to make that clear. Still available. You can still come here. Okay, that's perfect.
You got to see these.
Do we have him taking a number?
Look at that talking points at the top there. Listen to what this crackdown on the border still allows for.
Still wide open. President Biden's border crackdown will still allow thousands into the United States every day and still have one of the highest annual totals in 30 years. Okay, 400,000. A mass parole scheme flies this many migrants annually from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. 400,000 we fly into the country? Is that what they're saying? A mass parole scheme.
Oh, if they made an appointment.
Flies this many migrants annually from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela.
Like Jeffy said, if you make an appointment through the app, then they'll
My
fly
gosh.
you
Yeah,
in.
they'll fly you in.
I mean, we are.
Okay, so that's at
Dumbest
400,000. Then 529,250. That's how many are let in annually from the CBP One app, which allows migrants to apply online for an appointment. That's the appointment he's talking about. And then 902,500 will still be allowed to flood across the border with this 2,500 migrant total that they're doing now. So they lowered it from 5,000 to 4,000 and then down to 2,500 can come here and nothing happens. Up to 2,500. Then they finally
just
say...
wave them by.
Yeah. Yep.
Got the hand counter, click, 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 click.
So it's almost 1 million that they still allow to come here illegally.
Well, it's 1.8.
Before anything kicks in.
No, well,
yeah, it's 1.8 million. Oh, it was 1.8 million. I think because they lowered it to 2,500, I think it's only 902,000 now. Right? Multiply 2,500 by 365. See what we come up with.
18.
Yeah.
That's what you get. I don't know. It's like,
I thought you'd get 30 minutes. No? You don't get 30 minutes?
you get 18.
All right.
I'm not playing your math game.
Yeah, because he realized I was right. Yeah, it was 1.8 million with their previous number, but they lowered that because...
What's the headline say? Flip that back around to the headline.
This one?
Front page.
Okay. It says, Biden announces border crackdown. Oh, that will still let in at least 1.8 million illegally per year. But then...
The
you read the story.
900,000 is going...
Oh, you know what
the
this
other
is?
way, going-
You know what this is? This is the total between the 902,500 with the asylum thing, plus the 529,250, plus the 400,000.
Hold on, I got a plan. See if you like this one.
Wow.
So if we put the 18-minute together along with the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
Exactly.
The border's closed.
Thank you.
There's the number right there. That needs to be the number. 0 until we get things figured out.
I will say it should absolutely be the goal. You're never going to get it to exact 0. But you could do so much better than we're doing now.
Remember, this is illegal entries.
Yeah.
This isn't
We already
an
allow
immigration system.
No, so
this is what we're allowing illegally to be acceptable.
Right. If you go through the system, it's something like 1.5 million a year that we allow into the United States of America legally. 1.5 million a year. And then you add to it the illegals, and you got yourself a problem.
Yeah, big problem.
I mean, it's a problem.
And we're seeing the fruits of that all over the country. Every day.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are. All right, so here's the end of that Biden speech. This is good stuff because he's so sharp. Okay, turn around and leave. What are you doing? Turn around. He doesn't know where to go. Look at this. What did he mumble to his aide? Where do I go?
Something like that.
I can't make it. Let's see again.
And look at this. It's inexcusable. What?
Is Netanyahu playing politics with them?
What was that?
What's that?
Yes, sir. Is Prime Minister Netanyahu playing politics with the war?
I don't think so. He's trying to work out a serious problem he has. Thank you.
I mean, no.
Good
job, sir.
He cannot help himself.
No, he can't.
The fact that he stopped behind the teleprompter screen was perfect.
He wants to say something. I'd like this. I would like to see what he asked his
Play that again. See if we can do some bad lip reading here.
Thank you very much.
Now we turn to the.
Hold on, listen.
It's going to turn.
Doofus.
I can't tell.
Where do I walk to? Where do I walk to? What does he say?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, where do I walk to?
That could be it. Where do I walk to?
Time.
I don't know.
Something watching.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, okay.
But you know he doesn't know where he's supposed to go.
He doesn't know
He has
his
no idea.
name at this point.
Has no idea.
4 more years.
Oh my God! Can you imagine in 2027 what this guy, if he won, would be like? I can't.
Holy crap!
I mean, he's
What are the odds?
disintegrating in front of our eyes.
So
January 20th.
my son asked a question yesterday, and I thought, "Oh dear Lord, that's impossible. It could never happen." And I've said that before, and then of course
It happens. Yeah.
If Trump wins this time, and then Biden runs again and wins the next time,
Oh my God. At 86. So he'd be 90, 91 when he left office. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be great?
No.
He's going to be like a bowl of jelly by the time
So January.
Trump's term is over.
Honestly, January 20th, 2029.
Mm-hmm. Can
the
you
last
imagine?
day of the next term.
I can't imagine.
What do you think? We should.
He can't even
honestly
talk by then.
Set a reminder in your phone
Yeah.
to say, like, what does Joe Biden look like today?
Yeah.
And hopefully he's not.
it'll be before that because he's going to have to campaign, right? At least some.
Yeah.
He's going to be from the
Well, he'd not. I don't need to campaign against a convicted felon.
Correct.
I'm not going to debate him.
And
So,
and
I'm waiting for that any
claim,
day
He'll
now.
claim he was robbed of the election.
Yes.
I'm
They absolutely will.
100%.
If and when Trump wins, that will be their battle cry.
Okay, so I'm putting in my phone right now, January 20th, 2029. And I better not be enraged when this pops up. I better be laughing.
I'd be
What does
surprised
Joe
if you
Biden
still have that phone.
Joe
actually,
Biden
but-
looks like?
Well,
see, what happens is
Everybody
the
in
calendar,
this room will be in prison if it doesn't go well.
That's right. This thing's going to go off, and I'm not going to be around to see it.
You're not gonna have custody of it at the time.
There'll be an illegal on the street
It'll be
somewhere
Exhibit
that's using
A.
that phone.
Yep.
It'll be Exhibit A at our trials of the MAGA right.
So frightening, isn't it? Speaker Mike Johnson on Joe Biden. Do we have time for this, or should we wait till after? Yeah. All right, we'll wait.
Yeah, because we got him, we got Mayorkas. I mean,
That guy. I
is
really,
the most
I really
smarmy-
don't like him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Huh? That's strange.
Alejandro
Mayorkas.
is that a new revelation for you? The guy who said the border is secure?
It is.
No, we're talking about Alejandro Mayorkas.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah,
you love
that's
him.
what I'm
He's the.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the impeached Homeland
Alejandro
Secretary.
Yes,
Mayorkas.
he is.
Just
And
not
why
removed,
do we
sadly.
not say
We
that?
should every time
Every
we
time.
bring up Alejandro Mayorkas, we should say the impeached Alejandro
Yes.
Mayorkas.
Sure should.
Yes.
Can Consider it done. So let it be written. So let it be done. More coming up, and we'll do Chewing the Fat next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, we need our man Daniel to keep an eye out for a couple of Pat Heads tweets today.
Oh, no.
Like Franchise Guy 17, who just tweeted this.
Okay.
Pat never reads my posts.
Oh.
Sad. Okay, so
is it?
You just did.
I just did.
Thank you.
I just did. And Texas Bizzle, who replied, "Mine either. It's a bummer. The fellow Pat Heads reacting and sharing is good enough for me."
Oh, yeah. So, it's a
that's
great community on Twitter.
Yeah, that's great.
Where the Pat Heads hang out.
Okay,
So,
thank you, Pat Heads.
Sorry we didn't get you.
So because they commiserate with each other, then we have to point it out.
Then we just pointed it out.
Yeah, we got their tweets read.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Like they wanted.
Hey, just because you don't like to please your audience, you know, and you don't appreciate them, that doesn't mean we treat ours the same way. All right?
Okay.
Now, I know you're fighting hard for him to keep the price down, but...
And it's,
That's what he does.
you know something.
You know, what? No, I don't know something.
No,
Tell
let's
me.
let him finish
Tell
this.
me.
Let's
What?
let him finish this.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I don't appreciate you downplaying the hard work I put in.
How is that downplaying when
to keep my show free?
I praise you for it
Yeah, but it's
consistently.
the tone. It's the tone.
The tone is nothing but praiseworthy.
You are a woman now.
He really is, isn't he? He really is. All right, from PsyOp
I'm
Plant.
still damp.
PsyOp Plant, thanks for starting off with traffic and weather. You're welcome. Traffic and weather together every 3 minutes on the force. Don't forget that all morning long, everybody.
Wank, wank.
Timothy Lanham, Pat, your beavers must be happy with all the rain. Yeah, I'm sure they are. But
Oh, my goodness. Are they saving your house from flooding?
no, in fact, they're making it more likely that my house is going to flood because they created that dam which backs up into my...
If we have any more days like today, that back 40 is going to be underwater.
I've actually talked to people about, you know what? I wonder if I should pull this. I don't want to hurt the beavers, but I don't want the beavers to hurt us
I thought
either.
we solved this issue.
So I might pull that dam down.
I don't want to hurt the beavers. You get rid of one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time. You don't tell
Send a
anybody.
message. You send a message.
Right.
You just one at a time.
Just off them.
There used to be 4.
Well,
There's only 3.
what you do is you leave
Oh
it
my
out
gosh, there
there.
used to be 2.
You leave that first beaver out there. The other ones get the message, and then they may
Right.
That's
you
not
string
a
him
bad
out.
idea.
they leave
either.
town.
Yeah. Hang him on the fence.
Okay.
All right. Texas Bizzle again.
Wait a minute. I didn't even see
What?
that. I'm tired of hearing about Texas Bizzle not getting
Man,
the tweets read.
talk about a breakthrough day for
No
him.
doubt.
I didn't even notice this.
Hey, Chris, are you building an ark for your animals yet? How
Oh,
about
no.
it, Chris?
Oh,
You building an ark?
Chris has issues with the rain.
Did you know?
Did you know? Thank you, Fisher. Go for it. Go for it.
Did
I'll
you
give
know?
you this
And I
one.
asked him this morning
Fun
because I
fact.
thought, I've never asked this question. Can chickens swim?
Oh. My
can't.
guess is no.
They can't.
I've got 3 dead.
Cannot. Yeah.
They can't.
3.
They're-
I thought it was
3 of your
2.
chickens died?
After today.
From
it's gonna
drowning
be a
or what?
little bit
Yeah,
more.
because they just stand there
Yeah.
like
What?
idiots.
They are stupid.
So they're like turkeys.
They stand there,
They just
and the
stand there.
rain
Dumb.
drowns them?
Hold on a second. Who do you think's dumber, turtles or chickens?
Chickens.
I mean, turtles don't
Turtles-
drown.
Turtles don't drown.
Fair point.
they'll
So they
survive.
stand there
They just stand there.
and drown.
What do
drown.
they think's gonna happen?
The water's not over their head. It's just from the water coming down?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Okay, that's weird.
That is weird. Is it the
That's
holes in the
bizarre.
beak? They
I
don't
may
know.
have
You
some
need to upgrade
retarded
your
chickens.
chicken orders.
Well, that's the thing. Jeffy asked, well, can you order some chickens that can swim? I'm like, yeah, those are called ducks. So I'll
Wow. That's rough, man. I'm sorry to hear
is
that.
rough.
So what are you down to as far
Wow.
as
well,
chickens?
sadly, Karen is dead and Shaniqua is dead.
Shaniqua, no!
no.
Not Shaniqua. She's the fun one.
Don't say that. Don't
she
say
was
that.
the fun one.
So,
No.
and then there was a third?
And there was a third red.
Did you leave them out
doesn't-
there? Did you leave them out there floating in the water so the other
I
chickens
put-
know
I put-
they shouldn't do it?
I put kennels. I put another house. I put everything that I could, but I can't.
Do you clean them and eat them?
No, you can't
when
eat
they
those.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You don't eat
You
the
don't eat the
hens,
laying
right? The
hens,
laying
yeah.
hens don't get eaten. Huh.
They just bad meat. You can eat them, but it's just gonna be bad meat.
Really?
Yeah.
Tough?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good. All right, from
That's rough, man.
Ed McCrae. Maybe the media is making way to swap in Hillary at the last minute. She has emerged from her hole again recently, and she'd love to run against convicted felon Trump after all the lock her up chance.
I
That's
feel
for
like
sure.
these articles that we read from this morning, you know, the
They are laying
Democratic
the
Party.
groundwork.
Yeah, but I feel like the DNC should have been planning these stories
I
a
know.
year ago.
I know.
If they really
And
wanted
I don't
to
think
dump
it's going to
him.
be Hillary. It's going to be your boy.
My boy?
Yeah.
Who's my boy?
Mike.
Are you talking about?
You got to say, what's her name?
What?
What's her name? Your boy.
My boy.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know who my
You know
boy
what?
is.
I'm highlighting
What's
it, whether
her
he
name
says
is
it.
my boy?
Big Mike.
Oh, okay. Big Mike. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was not computing. But Big Mike would be tragic. If Big Mike ran, no, she wins. Big
think
Mike
so.
wins
Do you still
if he
think
runs.
that? Do you still
I
think
think
that
so.
she
Yeah.
wins?
I think so as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Big Mike is the death knell
Big Mike is a
for
problem.
Republicans.
Big
then why
Mike is
haven't
a
they
problem.
done it yet?
Because she doesn't want to. She hates the country so much.
Right.
She doesn't want to
get that?
expend that kind of effort
Where
on
would
it.
you get that? Where would you get that she hates the country? She was the
Have you ever
first
listened
lady.
to her? Have you met her?
I haven't personally met her.
Hideous. She's hideous.
But those arms.
I mean, come on.
But she got
the
arms.
The arms,
Oh,
yeah.
man, the
It's been a while
arms.
since we've talked about how good her arms
Are
are.
you kidding me? Those arms.
Tell me about it.
Incredible, those arms.
Actually, don't tell me anything about it.
Okay. In fact, I was going to show you.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Let me tell you something. For the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country.
For the first time, that's when her husband was nominated for president in 2008. For the first time in her adult life, she's proud of her country just because her husband got nominated. Okay.
Wow.
Thanks. All I need to hear. I mean, she disparaged America at every. They finally took her
Yes.
off the campaign
Yeah.
trail because she was so bad, and they wanted people to continue to like her, and so they got her out of there. All right, we have. I think we have yet another chewing the fat theme to get us into
Fury and Energy, hard at work again in the AI lab.
Nice,
All right.
and it goes a little something like this.
Yeah, try good this here, so sing it loud and proud. Yes, it's right time. There's no shame in allowed. It's not listen when a flute that's shaking the ground. He's a much bigger star known the world around. And now quietly applause and take your seat. Let's chew the fat before Jeffy has to eat.
Nice.
This is my favorite one.
Awesome.
That's really good.
Favorite one. I say that
really
every
good.
time, Fury and Energy, but that's my favorite one.
Well, he
Yeah,
tops
that
himself
is.
every
I know.
time. That's hard to do. Dude. That's great
That's
stuff.
really good. Okay, so we're now targeting 10:52 a.m. Eastern today for the launch of the Starliner Boeing spaceship at NASA. So we'll see. They believe that the teams have addressed the issue that resulted in the scrub of the June 1st launch plus the May 7th launch. And so we'll see if it actually happens. Remember, last Saturday, it was 4 minutes before actual launch time, and
Incredible.
they pulled the plug. So we'll see if it actually happens today. A couple things we mentioned yesterday I want to wrap up. First, Cyndi Lauper tickets prices. They went on sale yesterday after our show. Her Girls Just Want to Have Fun farewell tour. I can get you into her show here in Dallas. We mentioned yesterday, November 12th, between $59 and $796 plus dollars.
That's quite a window.
That's quite a window.
Quite a
Get you
window.
into Dallas, okay? Now,
That's per ticket, right? That's not for a couple.
And
That's correct.
Is that before all the fees and stuff?
Yes. What do you?
I got to know how
What
much
is
I'm
your
saving
deal?
up because I can't wait for this.
I can get you in, but I will say this: she's going to be performing at London's Royal Albert Hall, and I can get you floor seats for $213 a seat.
How much?
$213 a seat. So, I mean,
What's a walk-up
all you have
price?
to do is go to London, and you could be there. Just for comparison, though, Shakira is coming to Dallas November 17th.
Shakira is coming to town.
Oh, it'll be Christmas time, so that might work out.
Tickets range for her from $264
Okay.
to $3,321 plus.
Wow.
Yeah, to see Shakira.
That's at a bargain at twice
And
the
depending on
price.
how
Sure is.
things go on November 5th, I may or may not be in a good mood for
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
Shakira show on November 17th.
No doubt. Yeah, no kidding. And Keith mentioned at the end of the show that there was a recall on cucumbers. The Food and Drug Administration announced the recall of potentially contaminated with salmonella. Fresh Start Produce Sales of Delray, Florida, recalling cucumbers that were shipped to wholesalers in 14 states from May 17th through May 21st. So you're looking at Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. Good luck. It may be off the shelves by now, but I doubt it. And we have an ice cream recall as well. It's very disappointing.
Is it Bluebell again?
It is not.
Okay, good.
It is in Texas only, though. Well, some went down to Mexico, but we don't care about them. 2 recalled ice cream products is the headline, but there are actually 3 listed on the website. The 3-ounce, this is all from, they were produced by San Antonio-based HEB. The 3-ounce Creamy Creations chocolate ice cream 12-pack, the 3-ounce Creamy Creations ice cream lime orange combo, and the third one mentioned was the vanilla cups. So they didn't mention it. Like, they pulled them off, they recalled them, and then they didn't give it a classification. And then they claim that they don't give it a classification unless it's going to harm someone, like the class 2 that it's under. We don't give it a classification unless the situation in which use of or exposure to a product may cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences, or where the probability of serious adverse health consequences is remote. Well, the recall happened because of a potential metal contamination. So does that cause medically reversible adverse health consequences?
You don't like a little rebar in your ice cream?
I don't. Oh,
weird.
Shards
You're pretty
of iron
picky.
in my.
You are really
in my
picky.
vanilla. Yeah.
All right, let me tell you about the Eden Pure Thunderstorm, and then we'll get right back into chewing the fat. They're having their famous BOGO deal on Thunderstorm air purifiers. When you buy one, you get a Thunderstorm free. You buy one, you get one free. You buy 2, you get 2 free, and so on. It's a lot like you buy one and then you
get the other one free.
It's a lot
incredible.
like that. That's why it's called buy one get one free.
Yesterday,
or BOGO.
I was changing my AC filters.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, wouldn't it be nice if there was a product that didn't have filters?
You thought that?
I did. Well, I was changing my AC filters.
That is really convenient because let me introduce you to the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier with
that's ironic.
With no filters involved.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you just pull up the plug, stick it into the wall, turn it on. Done.
Wow.
Yeah. Incredible O3 technology takes care of the rest, getting rid of odors and bacteria, mold, mildew, all that kind of stuff. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code PATBOGO, 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 EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PATBOGO.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
With more of Jeffy Chewing the Fat.
I see this past weekend, your band that you know them, you love them, ABBA, reunited. They said they weren't going to reunite, but they all came together because...
Didn't one of them die?
No.
No?
No, they were
sure?
They were knighted. They were knighted in Sweden.
Okay.
They did not die. Oh, my gosh. No, Bjorn is 79.
All right.
Annie's 78. Agnetha Falskog is 74.
Agnetha.
And
nice try.
Agnetha. Wow. Do you even know her?
Yes, it's Agnetha
Falskog. She's the one. It's her and Bjorn's fault that the band broke up anyway.
It's not Bjorn either. It's Bjorn.
I was letting that one go.
It's both their fault that the band is broken up anyway.
Let's let him Jeffy tie
because they got married and then they got divorced, and because in the divorce they couldn't work together anymore.
It's like a Fleetwood Mac situation.
Yeah,
because they couldn't pronounce
Fleetwood
each other's name.
Except Fleetwood Mac still can perform.
Yeah, sort of.
They received the Royal Order of Vasa, establishing them as commanders of the first class for very outstanding efforts in Swedish and international music.
You know
life.
what? Give me the controls. I want to take over a ship or something now.
King Carl VI Gustav handed out the knighthoods alongside his Queen Silva. Congratulations. There were 13 others that got awards.
Gustav, by the way.
2 of them were, look, all right, you say whatever way you want, all right?
Okay.
Say whatever way you want.
Yeah.
I will just say that 2 other winners that were knighted were Nobel Prize winners, and the 7 others they don't list, so I guess they were street cleaners.
We want to hear
it
their
doesn't
names.
say.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't
I want to
say.
hear you butcher their names.
It was interesting that they interviewed Bjorn, and he talked about I've seen the show so many times now, and he was talking obviously about the ABBA voyage in London, and he said I have no idea what it really is that makes people have it in them to want to listen to music that was done 50, 40, 30 years ago. Bjorn, you've been making a fortune forever.
Bjorn.
Like I said, you can call him whatever you want.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Today we got time. Yeah, I got to get the sponsor in. That's part of the deal. Chewing the Fat brought to you today by Kexi Cookies. Simply the best cookie on the planet. Get your Father's Day orders in as we speak.
Got until May 10th. No, I mean June 10th.
June 10th.
Got until June 10th to have guaranteed delivery by Father's Day. And this is a really good box of cookies.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, it is.
I was chomping last night.
So delicious.
Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. Major League Baseball has banned San Diego Padres infielder Tucupito Marciano.
Nailed that one.
You got that one.
Bam!
Nice job.
What is it?
Whatever
What you said.
Yeah, say it again
know,
for
but
us. We don't want to steal your thunder. It's your segment.
No, but Chris has.
Marcano.
What is it?
Tucupita Marcano.
There you go.
There you
Thank
go.
you. That's the same thing that I said. He is banned for life.
Yeah.
For his after the internal investigation discovered that he placed bets on baseball games.
Did he bet on his own?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
But he lost all of those.
Wow.
He did, but he was injured. He wasn't even playing.
Yeah,
Did he bet against the team?
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it does
but
not say.
He said that he led the statement he made led you to believe that he did not.
Sure.
That he did not bet against them.
But yeah, he didn't play. So
Yeah, he wasn't playing. And I also he's an interesting player to hand down this sentence, right? Because he's really
nobody.
Yeah.
But it's Major League
Marcano.
Baseball. Thank you. I mean, he's obviously a Major League Baseball player. I get it, but it's just that they 4 other players got suspended for a year for gambling.
Okay.
And they gambled on baseball as well. They just didn't gamble on their own team.
Uh-huh.
So this is just a good way for Major League Baseball to lay down the law
Without it being somebody famous.
without it being a star. Yeah, because what's his face?
Tucupita Marcano.
No, not him.
Pete Rose?
Shohei Ohtani's.
Ohtani's guy just pled guilty, right, for $17 million yesterday too. So
Oof.
I know.
Wow. Interesting.
Pete Rose coming back into the Hall
He
of Fame?
should be. I'll tell you
Sure
that.
should. Sure
should be.
That's unconscionable. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pronounce Pete Rose. Let's see if you can do it.
Coming up.
Pata.
Pite.
Tucupita
Rose.
Marcano.
Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Got some tweets here from Arnsnedden.
Nailed it. Bjorn.
Thank you.
Speaking of Joe Biden, I guess, he's definitely using the I'm not going to debate a convicted felon line to get out of the debate. He has to. Yeah, he's incapable. I mean, that will be so glaring and so obvious. His cognitive decline that, yeah, I don't see how they can do it. I really don't.
Plus, there's a poll now that I think 70% of America wants them both drug tested.
I'd love
from
that.
the poll.
Yeah,
I forget where the
love
poll
that.
is from, but it'd be awesome to have it.
It sure would. It was Trump who brought that up initially. That wanted drug testing to go on because he wants to discover what it is Joe Biden is taking.
Yeah, well, you might not, right? It might be
I don't know.
new stuff that you're never going to know what it is.
Do you remember the pharmacist who talked about servicing the Capitol?
On 60 Minutes. I do too.
And one of the drugs, so he brings drugs to our representatives.
Yeah.
At the Capitol building.
Many.
A lot. And he said some of those drugs were used to
we
treat
should play some of
Alzheimer's.
that on overtime.
To treat Alzheimer's.
It's
All
a
right.
fascinating.
Well, we need to know who that is. Who's receiving treatment for Alzheimer's? And this was years ago, so I don't know that it was
feel like it was
Biden at
that
the
long
time,
ago.
but it sure could be now.
I got those numbers, Jeffy, if you want me to say it.
Yeah.
So 70% agree that candidates should be submitted to a drug test before the presidential debate. 18 disagree, 12 not sure.
I don't know.
And then by political parties, 64% of Democrats agree.
Wow.
77 agree, and 70 independent. So Democrats 64, Republicans 77, and independent 70.
Wow.
I don't want it limited to just drug test the presidential candidates before the debate. I want the president and senators and congressmen and women, I want them to be drug tested, I don't know, what do we think, random times during the year?
Well, as a federal employee.
I mean, think about this. You have to submit to a drug test to get a job at Burger King, but yet to run this government, you don't?
Well, as a federal employee, you're supposed to get randomly
Sure you are.
drug tested.
Yeah, I'm sure senators are lining up to pee in a cup right now.
I bet none of that stuff is enforced because they'd lose too many reps.
No way.
90% of Congress would be sent home.
Okay.
Which is fine. Yeah, it'd be fine by me. From Bob Corona, Boeing got $4.8 billion to scrub launches.
Yep.
SpaceX got $2.8 billion at the same time and has launched 4 crews to the ISS already. Evil capitalism at work. Sure is. Devin Crossley. It's been a while since I've heard my tweets read. Maybe this will work if I beg and feel sad. Yeah, we're going to see it all day now.
All right.
No.
Okay. That's fun. You know, it's Pride Month, and members of the Biden administration are being praised for being members of the LGBTQIA2+ community. It's... I mean, you got to burst with pride on their behalf, don't you? You know they're proud, their families are proud, and the rest of us are also so
rubs
proud.
Off on us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people like Admiral Rachel Levine. Isn't she lovely? So beautiful. Look at her. Look at her. Him, her. I mean, it's either a very lovely woman or just a damn handsome man.
Either or. Okay.
Either that person has a man unit or that person doesn't have a man unit. But either way, they're lovely and they're beautiful. I mean, they in the singular pronoun way.
She's 100% transitioned.
Has she really?
Yeah.
She's 100% cut off the noodle and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So back off.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know if that's
Dick
true.
Levine. That individual
No.
right there.
Rachel
Levine.
Used to be Dick.
Well.
Yeah, that's before the transition. That's my point.
We got there. Okay. Well, cool. So, congratulations. Happy month.
So, is this what Rachel said about Pride Month?
This is a quote because they're asking all these federal employees, hey, tell us about the Pride Month.
Well, Pride reminds us that we are strong, resilient, and a powerful community that fights hate with love. Beautiful. That is really powerful.
Yeah, no man could have said that.
I'm so inspired. As we celebrate Pride Month, they continued, we should recognize how far we have come, even as we take stock of the challenges that we face. Yeah. Everything we do at HHS emphasizes health equity, and this Pride Month, we're making a focused effort to address and eliminate the health disparities within the LGBTQI
What
plus
are those
community.
health disparities?
I was thinking that
don't
too.
know,
What
but I'd
are
like
we
to know.
talking about?
What are those health disparities? Does the doctor have to say that you're a she when you're a he? Is that the health disparity?
Yes,
That's one of them. That's one of them. Because what do you want them to do? Keel over when they hear the wrong pronoun? I don't want that. I hope you don't.
No, I don't.
Okay, good. No. Good. After a disastrous hearing with Dr. Anthony Fauci, and his lies are really starting to catch up to him a bit. It's pretty amazing, and you're gonna want to listen to the rest of what Dr. Anthony Fauci has to say as we go along here. Despite his efforts to cover up the truth, we are finding out the truth.
Yeah, we are.
About COVID-19. about the vaccine, about the lies he told, the inflated statistics he gave, and he accepts responsibility for none of it.
Yeah.
Anybody who questioned Mr. Science himself was silenced themselves. But why? What's the COVID mafia hiding? Well, that's what you're going to find out, because their lies are being exposed right now. And it's happening here at The Blaze. You remember how the pandemic changed everything? Well, we haven't forgotten either. We're still feeling the effects today, and that's why we've partnered with Matt Kivy and Free the People to unveil the cover-up.
And this is just episode 1, yeah. And talking to Matt.
Is episode 2 not dropped yet?
No, he's still working on that one. So
that's right. It's going to be 1 a month.
He doesn't know where this rabbit hole is going to take him. He's buckling up for the ride, and you should join it.
And by the way,
episode 1 is
the audience
really good.
has loved this. Even one of the comedians that came down here retweeted the whole episode, and it was everybody's watching it.
Cool, good.
Rob Schneider.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He retweeted it's
good.
It's awesome. We'll get an episode 2.
All right, Blaze TV. Go there right now, Blaze TV, and you're going to find out all kinds of things that you didn't know, or it'll reinforce the things you already knew. And all you have to do is use the promo code Fauci Lied, and you'll get $30 off your annual subscription. Again, it's blazetv.com. It's important that you know the truth and that you can share that truth with others around you. Promo code Fauci Lied at FauciCoverup.com. FauciCoverup.com/Pat, and use the code Fauci Lied to get $30 off.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
All right, we got more immigration stuff to ponder. Of course, Joe Biden just signed the executive order yesterday that limits the number of illegals legally crossing the border, I guess.
I tell you.
So it's against the law to come across the border without an appointment, without proper documentation. But it's really kind of okay, so it's not illegal. They're just migrants, and they're looking for a better life. And so we're going to allow 2,500 of them to come. Mm-hmm. All y'all come free. Up to 2,500. Then we're going to say, okay, now you have to wait a minute. Okay? Now we're going to make you get a Post-it note that says you should be here.
Wait. That's what we're using?
Yeah, it's a Post-it note.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you can find a yellow or pink Post-it note and write, I'm supposed to be here on it.
Are those color-coded for anything specific? Like, does one color mean something as a priority?
No, it's just whatever you can get your hands on. You know, because some people don't have access to the pink.
What if you say, no, you counted wrong. I'm $24.99.
Then we believe you, and we let you in.
All right, good.
Yeah.
It's about that bad.
It is. It is.
What
it's just
country.
stupid. So, Speaker Mike Johnson talked about Biden and immigration yesterday.
So it was 126 days ago today that Joe Biden said, quote, I've done all I can do. He was asked about why he wouldn't use his extensive executive authority to address the border catastrophe that he himself created. And 126 days ago, he looked into the cameras and said, I'm out of options. I've done all I can do. He tried to convince us all for all this time that there was no way he could possibly fix the mess. Remember that he engineered it. When Congressman Siscomani said a few moments ago, he began this on the day he took office over 3.5 years ago. He walked into the Oval Office and he started issuing executive orders, dozens of them. We counted 64 specific executive actions that President Biden and Secretary Mayorkas took to open that border wide. They did it intentionally. They engineered the open border. There's no question about it. The evidence is so clear.
Yep.
The evidence is so clear. Seems like that cut off early.
No, that's the way he ended it.
Okay. All right.
No,
so he just said,
like
the evidence is so clear.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And that was it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a stuttering problem. He has an ending of a word problem.
Okay.
Intentionally. They engineered the open border. There's no question about it. The evidence is so clear.
It's so clear.
Oh, I see.
The evidence is so clear. What does that mean, that the evidence is clear? Do you know what the definition of that is, Jeffy?
That Biden just dismissed over 350,000 asylum claims, and I think that means that they're just here. They don't have to show back up with a Post-it note.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Right. Well, those are, and some of those are the ones, right, that they've gone too long without actually reaching back out to them or something.
Right. Like they made the appointment 5 years into the future, and there was like,
right,
let it go. Let it go. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're not a threat to our nation.
Well, none of them are. These are all good people looking for a better life.
Yeah.
Bring in their families here. Do you want families to be stranded at the border indefinitely? I certainly don't.
I don't either.
That's wrong.
I don't either.
We don't want to separate families. We don't want to do any of those things.
See, I'm not there.
That's for American citizens only. When they break the law, we don't have any problem separating them from their families.
We do not.
But you can't do that to illegals, obviously.
No sympathy for them either. Nope. Zero sympathy.
No, if you were in the zip code that the Capitol is in on January 6th, then bye-bye.
Yep.
If you came across the border, and even if you did something illegal once you got here, never mind your crime of crossing illegally to begin with, that you're fine. You're fine. I mean, this is a bad place for America to be right now.
Sure is.
I know that's a hot take.
We can quote you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what does DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas say about it and border security?
But nevertheless, you had said, and the president said a number of times, sir, that the border already was secure. So obviously it's not.
Interesting.
Oh, Neil, we've been talking about strengthening the security of the border since day one. The challenge of irregular migration is very, very dynamic.
What?
Wait, it's dynamic. So it's not secure. He's admitting it's not secure. It's dynamic.
No, well, but he said
the border is secure. The border
is secure. What?
The border is secure.
Dynamic. He just updated it.
Of irregular migration is very, very dynamic.
Hold on.
What?
Joe, pause it on that last frame.
Wow.
This cue ball, this guy.
Wow.
I just can't even stand to look at Alejandro Mayorkas. He is such an evil, the impeached Alejandro Mayorkas. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. That's right. I thought we... Sorry.
Yeah, and the impeached Alejandro Mayorkas is also proud of their border plan. And he said that yesterday.
President Trump shut down asylum altogether. What we are doing is cutting out the smugglers and deterring irregular migration in between our ports of entry, where it's so very dangerous and the crossings are illegal. We are allowing asylum claimants to come to the ports of entry using our CBP One app in a lawful, safe, and orderly way. We also have built other lawful pathways for individuals to seek asylum in this country. So we haven't shut down asylum.
No, so that's good. Because that's another comedy routine from the Biden administration.
No kidding.
Jeez. That's not what we're concerned with. Okay, what we're concerned with is American security, American jobs, America first. And that's, I mean, why are you, what he wants to emphasize there is that we haven't shut down immigration.
Yeah.
What was it?
I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is the border is not secure.
No way.
It's dynamic.
It's dynamic. I mean, yeah.
What was his
he did say that it was dangerous.
What was the very first thing that he said at the beginning of that clip? Just the first few seconds of that last clip, Joe.
President Trump shut down asylum altogether.
All right, whatever.
Shut down asylum.
All right, fine. I mean...
Wait, he said he shut down asylum altogether?
Like that's a bad thing.
And then he says, no, they're still coming in here for asylum. Right? Play that again. I'm very confused right now. Let's hear it.
President Trump shut down asylum altogether. What
That's
we
not
are doing is
either.
cutting out the smugglers and deterring irregular migration in between our ports of entry, where it's so very dangerous and the crossings are illegal. We are allowing asylum claimants to come to the ports of entry using our CBP One app
Trump did
in
that
a
for
lawful,
certain
safe,
countries.
and orderly way. We also have...
I don't like this
Jeez.
guy.
Wow.
I don't like him at all.
All right. Let me tell you why it's important for you to have this, the Jace case. Nobody who looks at our economy for more than a minute or two thinks that things are getting better. Inflation is still super high. It could easily get higher soon. Things could get worse before they get any better. And the spiraling effect just makes it difficult to pay your expenses, to get the medication you need when you need it. Consumer sentiment is at its lowest level in the past year and a half. And who can blame us for being pessimistic? When you need medication, you're going to have it. If you plan in advance and order yourself a Jace case, go to jacemedical.com/Pat and place that order today. You can get 5 antibiotics in this package. You can also do some add-ons. You don't have to, but you can get add-ons, things like EpiPens and ivermectin, things that are really going to come in handy.
Let's say it rains for, I don't know, 8 days straight and you can't get out.
Huh.
You may need some medication.
Yeah, you might need that. Yes, you might. Or let's say you go out of town and you don't have your doctor or pharmacy nearby, and you don't want the hassle of trying to go through all of that back home. You've already got a Jace case if you get sick on vacation or, a work trip, a business trip, whatever. Jace Medical, J-A-S-E, jacemedical.com. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout. Promo code PAT at J-A-S-E, jacemedical.com.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Time is just flying by. Can you believe it's already June 5th? Holy cow. We're less than 90 days away from college football starting.
All right.
And this will be the last sort of amateur college football season ever. And it's really already kind of ended. But not all the players are being paid. Starting next year, apparently, schools are going to directly pay these student athletes at their universities. It's going to change everything. It's going to change everything.
Be a good year for the Huskers to shock the world.
Next year? Or?
This coming
year.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to happen.
The big schools are all going to do what what Congress just gave them the ability to do, and that's pay their players up to $21 million or something. Not one single player, but they can spend $21 million on their athletes.
Okay. I feel like it was more than that, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was $21 million, I believe. Maybe $22 million. So it might have been more than that.
Thank you.
But it's right around that neighborhood. But the other thing they're doing is lowering the roster size. So they can go up to 120 athletes on a football team. That's probably going to be more like 100 or maybe even just 85 because they're all going to be on scholarship.
Right.
Which means either you lower the number of scholarships that you can give, raise the amount of scholarships, or you make the roster smaller.
And what is that?
It's got to be one of the two.
What does that do to the walk-ons?
Yeah, that's what I'm
gone. Walk-ons are no more.
You're not allowed to walk on.
No. Everybody's going to be under scholarship.
That's a shame.
It's bizarre.
I don't like it.
That's a shame.
Look how many. There's a lot of walk-ons.
Sure are.
And that's guys who try out for the team, make the team, but they're not there under scholarship. They weren't recruited by the school. But a lot of them become really big stars.
And a lot of them don't. But a lot of players love to play football
and wind up in the NFL.
They're already paying for their education, and they want to play football.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And if they do well, they can get a scholarship. And if they don't, oh well, they're still playing football. They're part of the team.
And the Big 12 just met to talk about all this stuff. And one of the things they brought up, too, the commissioner brought up Title IX.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with Title IX?
Well, we've already shot that dead.
Yes.
We've already shot that dead.
It's true, because they're allowing trans women to participate against women. But what they're saying is this gray area about Title IX is how will this policy impact revenue sharing?
Yeah.
Are you going to have to share revenue equally between the boys' teams and the girls' teams?
Well, my gut says no, but they'll definitely say
they're going to try.
When my gut says no, that means they'll say yes.
Look what the WNBA is doing. They're complaining and whining right now about the pay disparity in the WNBA as opposed to the NBA. Yeah, there's a big disparity. You know why?
Yes, there is.
Because the NBA makes $10 billion a year.
Yes.
The WNBA makes $60 million a year.
And, oh, by the way,
that's
the person who's bringing more
times.
eyes than you've ever had before, you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be watchable.
And she's only making $76,535.
With the contract.
By the way, speaking of college football and everything, I saw is Utah. I don't know what is it you like to
the
call
Godless
them?
Animals?
Yeah, thank you. Are they going to get kicked out of the Big 12, or are they going to be moving to the ACC or something? What
no, that rumor's not true.
That's not true.
No, they've already they've already said.
Yeah, I really don't.
The Godless Animals already made a statement on that.
Yeah.
Said we're not going anywhere. We love the Big 12.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah. So they're staying.
Yeah, I was just spitballing ideas there.
Yeah.
For how we might realign conferences again.
Is that what you were doing?
Yep, that's all I'm doing.
All right.
Because there's the other team from Utah, the other BYU.
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
BYU.
They're in the Big 12 now too. Right?
They are in the Big 12 now. Yeah. Yes, they are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
I don't know how you knew that, but congratulations.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I've kept that pretty quiet in the last year or so. All right. Because I don't want to be obnoxious with it. You know what I mean?
No, that's the last thing
far
you
be
want.
it from me to be obnoxious about anything.
That's the last thing you want.
So I love this dispute in the WNBA because their average salary is what, $105,000 or something. $105,000 is the average league wide.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas with the NBA, it's $9.2 million.
Right.
However, the disparity between revenue is 166 times bigger.
Correct.
The disparity in salary is only 87 times bigger.
Oh, wow.
So they're being overpaid.
Yeah.
Right.
Is my point.
You might want to shut your trap.
You might want to shut
NBA
up.
subsidizes the WNBA. Everyone knows
Completely.
it. And that's just what it is. So you take it for what it is. I've been enjoying some games this year of the WNBA, but not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Caitlin. I'm a fan of Caitlin.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Can women play basketball in the kitchen?
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Yesterday was day 2 of the Hunter Biden gun trial.
You know, I got a problem with this whole Hunter Biden trial thing.
Oh.
Okay.
What is it? What's your problem?
All right, so
Share it. Well, get it off your chest.
Okay. Day 1.
Yeah.
Jury selection. Okay. Then day 2 is opening statements.
Yeah.
Okay. Both those days, Jill Biden, the stepmother of the president's only living son, Hunter Biden. Is that not intimidation?
Jill Biden showed up both days?
Yes. Both days.
No, it's not intimidation.
Jury.
She's a doctor.
Stop it.
What if a juror has a medical emergency? Then you've got a doctor right there in the courtroom.
That's fair.
Well, I didn't think of that.
You're all prepared. You're ready for, somebody has a heart attack. Brought on by a vaccine reaction.
Wait, does that happen?
Well,
no, it doesn't.
That.
But I'm just, I'm
easy.
Throwing something at the wall to see what sticks.
Right. I mean, don't be so irresponsible with your analysis.
Seriously.
What if
is
somebody
that not
gets
intimidation?
A Charlie horse? Then you got Dr. Jill
that's
there.
more acceptable.
And
Thank you.
a paper cut, for instance.
The first lady of the United States
bind the
staring
wound.
you down as you're being picked to be on this
That wouldn't
jury.
bother me one iota. I'd stare her right back in the face.
But you wouldn't be chosen for the jury.
Why not?
Because you're you.
Because I'm me. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, you are you, Pat, and
you
we
can't
need
be
you
on the
to
jury.
Get up and
You're
get out. All right.
You're out.
Which would be fine with me because I don't want to sit here in your boring, stinking trial anyway, making $18 or whatever it is.
Whoa, it's up to 18?
I don't know.
I
It
don't
is in
think
Texas.
so.
I thought it was like $4.
$4?
Sadly, as much as I would love to be called to be on a jury, and I've lived in so many places and never have been even asked. I do hear that the easiest way to get off of a jury, if you don't want to be a part of it, is just tell them your employer is Glenn Beck.
Yeah, or you just answer. Look, we're all smart enough to know how to answer the questions, whether you want to be on the jury or off the jury.
Right.
And so you just answer the questions the way you feel that day. Do I want to be on the jury? I don't.
Do I have anything going on in the next few weeks?
Do I want to be on the jury? Then I'll answer your questions the way you want to hear it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, is the gun charge a federal case?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
think it is.
Okay, so it is.
This one is.
It's $50 a day for federal jurors.
Oh, nice.
So $50 a day.
Now you're pissed I kicked you off.
Yeah. Have you seen the Claire McCaskill clip though? I think that I think you'll enjoy this because she has some analysis for us here.
Oh boy, I bet it's great.
No, she's good.
And the irony here, I mean, let's step back for a minute and think about this.
Okay.
It's a gun charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, understand that what the Republicans want to do is allow everyone to buy guns everywhere without ever having to tell the federal government anything.
Yes.
They are
we do.
so totally opposed to the idea that the federal government gets to know anything about them and their gun purchases. They don't believe in the law that he is being prosecuted under.
Well, you shouldn't have made it then. Sucks for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's absolutely right. We don't want you in our business. Ooh, that's radical.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's a law, and of course, no one is above the law, Claire, as the president of the United States has said, and I think that includes his son. So get his ass in court, and I hope he's behind bars by end of the week.
And it's strange that most of the time, I was listening to some analysis from some I don't know, attorney folk, and they were saying most of these Fed charges, the Feds get what they want. You don't go up against the Feds, especially these gun charges. I mean, you make a deal and get it over with because they will put you in jail. They're the Feds. That's what they do. And they find it strange that Hunter didn't cut a deal.
Well, remember, they thought they had this stupid deal that was going to make him immune from future charges, and that judge was like, no,
we're not doing that.
That was awesome.
Right.
She's a brave woman.
No doubt about that. But it's so he takes it to court, and then he has the the intimidator show up first day of jury picking and the opening statements, staring down the jury. I don't like it.
I bet the plan A was to have Joe, his dad, in there, but they didn't think it was very intimidating to have a senile old man staring back at you with his mouth.
Well, he's getting ready to go to Normandy.
Oh yeah,
now because they can't be there together. They're getting ready to go to Normandy. And this is going to be a tough couple of days for me too. He's going to be going on and on about Bo, and all I can think about is storming the beaches as well.
Oh gosh,
of
Operation.
What do you want to bet?
Fury, huh?
The Trump lie comes out when he's in or around Normandy by saying,
"Oh gosh,
my predecessor said that you guys are all creeps and freaks and whatever it is that he says Donald Trump said about the military who were buried there."
That Donald Trump's worst enemies have said didn't.
It didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
But he keeps saying it anyway. Bet you it tells out again.
So I want to Biden.
Now, I will say I know how Trump feels though, because people besmirch urgent fury all the time.
We know, baby. We know, baby.
And you could try to laugh.
We
make fun of our
absolutely
saving the Western Hemisphere from communism.
No, if we're gonna laugh at you, it's gonna be.
You're laughing out of the other side of your face now.
No, if we're gonna laugh at you, it's gonna be about your weight. But I would say that I want a Biden parlay in Normandy. I want him to drop the stupid line about Trump.
He won't.
And he'll talk about Beau Biden as well.
Yeah,
you give me both of those, man. That'll pay big.
And he's supposed to meet with Macron.
Yeah.
Right? He's supposed to meet with Zelensky.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can't go to Europe without meeting with Zelensky. Can't do that.
Right.
And I think there was someone else that he was going to yap with too while he was over. It's going to be a nightmare. I mean, fun.
Well, let me give you the quick. Joe Biden just touched down in Paris and immediately called the lid for the rest of the day.
Oh my God!
I mean, because it's 8:43 a.m.
You can't fly to Europe. You can't fly to Europe and then work.
It's 9:28 local time.
No,
a.m.
in D.C. right now. It's
Did they even shuttle him off
Paris.
Air Force One?
In Paris, it's...
According to this, in Paris, 9:28 a.m. local time.
Okay,
and that's
so-
when he called.
No, they're farther.
Let it go. Let it go.
That's what he says.
They're
Let
farther.
Mr.
they're farther
Time
ahead of
Zone
us.
go.
Do
Yeah,
they
they're-
tell time differently in Puerto Rico
They're
too?
farther ahead of them.
Not only do
Maybe
they
that's
speak
when
a
the
different language, they tell time differently. So
Is that maybe that's when the
kinda
story
cool.
posted? I don't know.
That's
It didn't
kind of
just-
cool.
I texted you. You get the facts from them then.
All right, we will.
There's
Meantime,
no way that's it.
it's another day, another breaking news story that's buried, and that's what keeps happening with the mainstream media, and that's what happens with the leftists. They'd rather talk about anything other than what's really going on. The media pundits and talking heads just don't want you paying attention. The truth is being covered up, and you don't want that. And I think I already did the cover-up thing, right? This is supposed to be My Patriot Supply?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Prepare for what is being hidden from you every day with My Patriot Supply. Since 2008, My Patriot Supply has helped millions of Americans get ready for the worst. This is the final week to save $200 off their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits that they're flying off the shelves. The 3-month kit really kind of gets you through, hopefully, any eventuality. I mean, if you need more food than that, like a year like I have, then things are really, really bad.
Yes, they are. But I will say that when you get the 3-month thing, you go ahead and start with that. And then you're going to look at it and go,
that's not enough.
I don't think that's enough.
That's not enough. I'm going to need to stretch it out to 6 months or a year, and they can work with you on those too. But get your 3-month supply right now at my website, preparewithpat.com. This food kit offers over 2,000 calories every day. It could save your life and the life of your family members. 4-layer packaging so it lasts up to 25 years in storage. Order the kits you need each for one one kit for one family member, right? Yep, gets them 3 months. And again, hopefully that gets you through whatever disaster you're trying to deal with. So go to preparewithpat.com and order this right now. Preparewithpat.com before time runs out and it's too late. Preparewithpat.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so the goodness of Bill Maher continues. I mean, there's just some good stuff that he's been doing lately.
Still Bill Maher.
And I know he's still Bill Maher.
And
yes. Yes. But I do appreciate any common sense that comes out. And I know others are saying, I don't trust him. He's not the same.
Well,
he actually, I'll take it. Even if it is just him wanting attention, I'll take it.
Even if he's still voting for Joe Biden,
I'll take it.
Okay.
Because
he made a prediction.
Yeah, he did. Listen to this.
Can't say it enough. I said it many times. I would vote for his head in a jar of blue liquid over Donald Trump. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that I'm not. First of all, I think it's a moot point at this point. He's gonna lose.
Biden?
Yes.
No.
Hope you're right.
You're wrong.
No.
I'm going to bet you.
Oh, great.
Okay, who is that and what are they betting?
I'm not sure.
Anybody know who the woman is? I have no idea.
Lesbian 101. I don't know.
That's what it was.
No, but that's his sit at home smoke pot podcast.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is that his podcast?
Yeah, that's his podcast.
So he had a guest on, not the other way around.
Correct.
They sit around, drink, shoot the breeze.
They drink, smoke pot.
Smoke pot.
A lot of pot.
Yeah, a lot of pot.
So would you say that when he says Joe Biden is going to blinking lose, he just spoke truth?
I would say that, yes.
All right, okay, cool.
Yes, I would say. Yeah, he just spoke the truth. So good.
I mean,
for him.
All things being equal, and there obviously are not. But with the way things are looking right now, there's no way Joe Biden can win.
Cannot, please.
We just can't.
I mean, is anyone on the left going to believe it at this point if Joe Biden is declared the winner of the election?
Oh,
I mean, seriously, is anyone on the left going to believe that?
Yeah, Harry and the other boy.
Oh, yeah.
Chris and Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a store? No.
Harry Sisson? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Chris Mowry.
Okay. Yeah. A great duo. Brilliant kids. And
Sisson, Miley.
Great to have them involved in the process, isn't it? You love to see that. You love to see two young people who really care and are concerned or involved. Yeah.
Yes.
You love it. You love it.
Did you see
so
that,
well informed?
Speaking of Joe Biden's election chances, quote, almost 2/3 of Americans considered middle class today here in America said they are facing economic hardship and don't anticipate a change for the rest of their lives, according to a poll commissioned by the National True Cost of Living Coalition.
Stu had a statistic.
Depressing.
Yeah, Stu had a statistic yesterday that he spouted that was incredible on the price of things in this economy, and it was, I don't know, it was a weird measurement. It was orange juice concentrate measured by the pound. And
well, there's a big shortage of oranges now anyway. So
4 years ago, plus there's something wrong with the fruit crop this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on, but the oranges can be really bad. Sometimes they're good, but
and the bananas
are rotten to the core.
Well, they've been fighting that banana.
Apples are tasteless. Strawberries are tasteless. I don't know what's going on, but it's bizarre. And you're paying a lot more for them.
Yes.
The orange juice concentrate by the pound was 95 cents 4 years ago. It's $4.87 now.
Holy shnikes.
$4.87, like almost 5 times the price. It's insanity. Yeah. So, I don't know how this guy wins. I really don't.
I mean, everybody's raising their prices, right? I see where Spotify is now raising their premium prices right now.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yep.
To what?
The premium plan is now $11.99, up from $10.99. $19.99 a month for a family plan, up from $16.99. $16.99 a month for a two-person duo plan is up from $14.99.
Oh boy.
That takes effect in July. Then this morning, I see effective immediately.
Oh no! Don't do this to me, Jeff. You already killed me with Spotify.
HBO Max. HBO Max is raising their prices starting, yesterday. The ad-free tier in the U.S. will rise from $15.99 to $16.99. The annual plan will jump from $149 to $169.99. The ultimate ad-free tier will also increase $1 a month, rising to $20.99 a month, and the $10 per year, bringing the new annual cost to $209.99. The Max ad-supported version, which I did
ad-supported. They have.
I didn't
ads
realize that they had
Max?
the ad-supported version.
Wow.
That went unchanged. That's still only $10 a month. So that was
so.
nice.
If we put the 18-minute together along with the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
30-minute.
It'll
cost you 30
facts
minutes
are facts
now for
and
HBO.
Facts are facts.
Facts are facts. Yeah. So that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a lot like
a cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. That don't make them biscuits.
Can't argue with it.
Facts are facts.
Facts are facts.
Facts are facts.
It's just striking to me that so everything that we use is going up, but we get reports that Target and Walgreens are dropping a bunch of prices. But I don't know that those are the prices on products. They're making big news of, right, we're going to be dropping prices on all these products. But are those the products that we use every day?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, in today's world, I know it's first world problems, but Spotify and Max, those are daily usage today.
Oh yeah, I use Spotify so much, all the time, all
Favorite
day.
app.
All day, every day. It is my favorite app.
I mean,
it's
after
the one
Blaze,
I use the most.
After the Blaze
of course.
app,
Of course.
Spotify.
That goes without saying, and
for music.
We shouldn't do it without saying it.
For music.
Thank you, Pat, for clarifying.
By far, to me, way better than Apple Music. I think. It's just
really.
Yeah.
I love being able to type in lyrics and the song comes up.
They claimed Spotify claimed in their press release about raising the prices that they have less churn than Amazon and Apple.
Amazon sucks in music.
You know what pisses me off about Amazon is that
YouTube Music.
They got us all hooked on their subscription.
Yes.
Because they don't have ads, and now you can't get away from the ads unless you want to pay, what is it, $3 more per month
on the TV side.
Yeah,
well, that's Prime, but they added something on their Amazon Music too.
Pisses me off.
That really was frustrating as well.
Because here we are, we've been doing this for years, and now all of a sudden, and by the way, now you're going to have to put up with ads too.
Oh, you don't have to if you pay us more.
Then I want my membership to be less.
Yeah.
Well, see, it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be they claimed that they would. We can't break them up, and that the prices, everything is involved. Everything is in. So, okay, well, why didn't they just jack the price $3?
Right.
Because they're getting ready to split it up.
And what is this freebie thing? I hate it.
I don't. They create a lot of good stuff. That's just the Amazon network.
Horrible.
It's horrible.
No, it's not.
They break in, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times an hour.
At the weirdest places.
At the weirdest places. It could be in the middle of a sentence.
I know.
Yes.
You know what? I think that the killer is bing, bing, bing.
I can't
Just like that. It does.
It is.
Yes,
It does.
just
It's not
like
that
that.
bad.
Yes, it is
is
that bad.
Fisher.
It is that bad.
Oh my God.
doing?
No, it
What
is
are
not.
you doing?
If I wanted ads, I'd go back to network TV.
Yes.
It's irritating. And, raising the prices on everything. And you've got so many, we all have so many streaming services
Choices,
now.
yeah. So many choices.
So many choices, and we're paying through the rectum for it. Rectum.
Wow.
Darn near killed
And
them.
it almost did.
And it's almost killing us.
Yes,
What kind
it
of pay
is.
plan are you
Really
on?
is.
Yes, it is. Look,
So-
there's going to be. I don't know what
Gonna be
the
a reckoning.
straw is.
Somebody's going out of
the
business
straw
real
is
soon.
coming.
Yeah, it
The
is.
straw is coming
yeah.
that breaks the camel's
We
back.
just can't do it
And
anymore.
it's not me riding
Not you
it.
riding the
No,
camel.
that camel's
Okay.
still alive.
So,
I think.
Merrick Garland was on Capitol Hill yesterday, huh? That Attorney General, maybe he'll fix this for us.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. He
There's
wants us to know
another guy.
he's not going to be intimidated.
Oh,
we
he's
do
tough
know
guy.
that.
Tough guy. Play the tough guy.
Yeah.
Certain members of this committee and the Oversight Committee are seeking contempt.
Is he crying?
He's gonna
Or?
cry. He always sounds like that.
For no legitimate purpose.
It's got the RFK
Sensitive
Jr.
law
thing, huh?
enforcement information that could harm the integrity of future investigations.
Oh, shut up.
This effort
No kidding.
is only the most recent in a long line of attacks on the Justice
What
Department's
is that? Was
work.
he a smoker?
It comes alongside threats to defund particular department investigations, most recently the special counsel's prosecution of the former president.
Okay.
It comes alongside false claims that a jury verdict in a state trial brought by a
You know you
local
were
district
involved.
attorney was somehow controlled by the Justice
knows.
Department.
Yeah, you darn right he
That
does.
conspiracy theory is an attack on the judicial process itself.
Oh, shut up.
It comes as
Yeah,
baseless
'cause
and extremely
you don't do
dangerous
that.
falsehoods
Our
are
president
being
doesn't
spread
do that every day with the Supreme
by
Court.
FBI's law enforcement operations. These attacks
Jim
have
Jordan
not,
laughing.
and they will not, influence our decision making. I will not be intimidated. The Justice Department
tough.
will not be intimidated.
They're tough.
We will continue to do our jobs.
Of course you will.
Free from political influence.
Uh-huh.
Right.
We will not back down from defending democracy.
How stupid do you think we are?
Oh, they think you're stupid.
They think we just lap all that garbage up.
Okay, that's what he said.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz responded to Garland.
General, you've told us that it's a dangerous conspiracy theory to allege that the Department of Justice is communicating with these state and local prosecutions against Trump. You can clear it all up for us right now. Will the Department of Justice provide to the committee all documents, all correspondence
Prove you're not working
between the
with the
department
locals.
and Alvin Bragg's office and Fonnie Willis' office and Letitia James's office?
Prove it.
The offices you're referring to are independent offices of state.
I get that. I get that. The question is whether or not you will provide all of your documents and
tough guy.
correspondence. That's the question. I don't need a history lesson.
Well,
Good.
Well, I'm going to say again, we do not control those offices. They make their
The question is
own
whether you
decisions.
communicate with them, not whether you control them. Do you communicate with them, and will you provide those
If you
communications?
make a request, we'll refer it to our Office of Legislative
But see,
Affairs.
here's the thing.
They
You
will
come in
respond
here and you
appropriately.
lodge this attack
That's
that it's a
great.
conspiracy theory,
Right.
that there is coordinated lawfare against
Yes.
Trump. And
Love
then
it.
when we say, fine, just give us the documents, give us the correspondence, and then if it's a conspiracy theory, that will be evident. But when you say, well, we'll take your request and then we'll sort of work it through the DOJ's
Right. Every time.
foundation process,
Every
then
time.
you're actually advancing the very dangerous conspiracy theory that you're concerned about.
And you damn well
Thank
know
you.
it. And he damn well knows it.
That's a nice job by Gaetz.
Yes.
And I know these guys grandstand for these hearings all the time, but still, I do like to see it when it happens. If you remember, special counsel Judah Ben-Hur, Robert Hur, informed us a while ago that it was pointless for Joe Biden to stand trial. He had that awkward sit-down where he forgot a lot of facts about his own life. Remember that? So the Department of Justice edited the transcript of that sit-down, and they refused to release the audio from it. Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs isn't really happy about that.
Okay.
And then went a little something
Clip 9.
Like this. From
Andy Biggs.
I'm going to talk about internal department deliberations.
See,
that was one
this
of
is
a
the-
large number of explanations in the document you're talking about.
And I'm talking specifically about that particularized rationale. And you don't want to discuss it, which is why you're non-responsive. And that's why we need the audio. Now, let me explain why. Because your attorney also said that you did alter the transcript. And they said it was filler words, repeat words, and, I. But you know what? We don't know whether the blank, he said there were blank times where there was silence. We don't know whether those were 1 minute long, 2 minutes long. We don't know if he sputtered for and, because those were edited out.
Oh.
They were edited out.
Is that his wife sitting behind him? Because I could be a fan of his.
Oh.
I don't. I think
play it
that's
again.
a
Let's see.
staffer.
I
It's
didn't
a
notice anybody
staffer,
sitting
bro.
behind.
What are you talking about?
Do you know
Play
that?
the beginning of it
What are you talking
again
about?
if you can.
Just the
You've
beginning
told us
of
that
him,
it's a
Biggs.
dangerous
the other
conspiracy
clip.
theory to allege that the department.
No, the other clip. There we go.
That's
There we go.
I
Yeah,
don't think
behind
that's
him.
all right, I got it. We got it, Jeffrey.
Yeah, there
by the way,
That's an aid.
If that's his wife, man,
That's not
my
his
man.
wife.
My man.
That is not his wife.
So
Makes
the
one want to be
Justice
a congressman,
Department.
I'll tell you that.
All right, we got the audio. Thank you. The Justice Department is saying we can't release this audio recording of Joe Biden because it might be used for AI deepfakes.
Unreal.
Shut up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.